Here we go, 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 here we go. Little bouncing souls for you. Hey, here we go. Brand new episode. It's Music Monday for the people. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, you made the right choice because Music Mondays are the best possible time to watch the episodes on YouTube because I play the videos along with it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I will stop hitting the desk. I'm sorry, people listening in audio podcast land. So I want to know, what do you listen to the podcast on? What do you listen to any other podcasts on? Do you listen to it on one app or do you have multiple apps? Because I personally enjoy listening to, say, a news type podcast on one app. Could be like Apple Podcasts. And then on Spotify, maybe a long form conversational podcast. Kind of like what I do here, you know, a lot of talking, a lot of just stories, it's not super technical all the time. There's not an outline of what we're talking about today, although we are talking about music, videos, and bands and artists. But Spotify, you know, when they have people listening to podcasts on their service, they don't have to pay people for those streams. So when the overall streams on a service is, you know, let's say it's 1 billion streams or whatever, it's a big number. And if half of those streams are podcasts, they only have to pay for half of those 1 billion streams. But if 1 billion streams is all songs, well, they're paying artists for all that. So it makes perfect business sense why Spotify would want you to listen to podcasts on Spotify. You might be listening to my podcast right now on Spotify. It's available. I put it up every week. Just, you know, it's not a button that you have to push Spotify every time. Like once you set it up, it goes there. But kind of thinking about maybe I should take it down. Maybe I should not have my podcast on Spotify. Does that just mean a bunch of people won't listen to my podcast? Probably, you know, but it takes, when people listen to my podcast, it takes away from them listening to MXPX, The Bouncing Souls, whatever it is, like something like that, like a song. So it's not a big deal, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it is a big deal. That's why you have podcasts like Joe Rogan, Call Me Daddy. Those are probably the two biggest that I know of on Spotify. They gave those, you know, they gave them hundreds of millions of dollars to be on their platform instead of paying artists. Now, I don't have a beef with Spotify. We do just fine on Spotify. We get paid from Spotify, just like all the others. It's almost like you can't bank on one thing. Just like you shouldn't bank on just TikTok. If you make all your money through being an influencer on TikTok, selling items there, with the TikTok ban, whoa, you know, like that's a big heads up. Like I better diversify. And I think artists absolutely should be diversifying. And we always have been, I think, just naturally. So if you're not, as an artist, if you're not diversifying in how you make your money as an artist, then you're really, really setting yourself up to fail in the future, because at some point, MySpace went away. At some point, how you use Instagram, how you use Facebook has changed drastically over the years. The reach that you get organically from these platforms has changed drastically over the years. So what I'm saying is you can't bank on one thing. You got to diversify whatever you do, your portfolio, right? The punk rock portfolio. It's important. And if not, then you're going to be worried and trying to get services from the government and begging for handouts and looking for places to find shelter. But it's something that if you choose to be an artist, it's a very independent life. It's a very entrepreneurial life. That's kind of been very popular in the last 10 years, entrepreneurship and going into business for yourself. Well, we've always been in business for ourselves. I've had a few jobs, sure. I've had a few part-time jobs at restaurants, doing landscaping. You know this song. But I've never really, really worked for a long time for anybody but myself. And, you know, we have a team. I work with people that work for themselves as well. They're independent. They can go off and do things without me. So it goes both ways. But yeah, just being somebody that's been self-employed my whole life, it makes sense to diversify and to not put one, all my eggs, one basket. You get what I'm trying to say. I hope I explained myself kind of well, but with Spotify, that's something that is just one part of many streaming services out there. It's not something that I'm like, okay, this is the enemy. If I don't do well on Spotify, then I must not be doing well. No, this is not the case. It's going to change over the years. It's going to move. It's going to shake. And what you pay attention to should improve, not will improve. Not always. I'm not out here trying to tell you that my way is always right and you can't figure it out on your own. Of course, you should figure it out on your own. And you're going to fail and you're going to try things that don't work. And that's okay. As we all know, failure is not the end. It's a lot of times the beginning of something new, of a new way to try things, a new way to succeed, a new business idea, a new way of life. Life has got a lot of avenues. And so in the same way, got to diversify. That's it. All right. Punk Rock 101 lesson done for the day. Let's get into some Music Monday submissions. What I do is people submit to the Mike Herrera podcast Facebook group, and anybody's welcome to join. It's a private group, but you can join. Just come on in. And I love to have name, location, and name of the song. So name of the band, location of the band, and name of the song, and then give me a YouTube link, and I will play your song on, or your buddy's song. It doesn't have to be your song, but I like it to have some connection to the poster somehow. Now and again, we just play songs because people submitted them, and I want your song to get played. So that's Music Monday. I do that from time to time, and it's a lot of fun. So that's what you stumbled onto. Let's get to it. And if you want to call in, please do. Leave me a voicemail. The number is 360-830-6660. One more time, 360-830-6660. Leave me a voicemail. Try to have an idea of what you're going to say before you call in. And it doesn't have to be about anything MXPX, but it often seems to be. People tell stories about the first time they saw us. They tell us stories about how they're going to be seeing us when we have an upcoming show. They're telling stories about how they just saw us at the last show we were at last week or the week before. So it's a lot of fun. But if you want to just talk about something more general, we can talk about love, about relationships, politics, work, dynamics, workplace do's and don'ts. And, I love to get into that, like the am I an asshole kind of vibe. So call in and let me know what you think. All right, let's get to it. First up, we have Knives. I got to pull up the little sheet. Knives, Florida, favorites of the show. Hey, y'all, of course, and of course, Mike Herrera, Danny Attack here from Jacksonville, Florida, based band Knives, Florida. If you could please check out this quick 3-minute music video off our debut album if you have a minute. Keep note, there's a scary movie style intro, but keep watching for when the actual song kicks in with tour footage and then a cool outro scene to tie it all together. So let's get to it. Danny is, he's been on the podcast. You can check out his episode. He was on not too long ago, actually. It was a couple months ago. So here's Knives, Florida, off the new album. I strongly suggest everybody check out the video, check out the YouTube feed of this episode, because here we go. Scary movie happening right here. What's gonna happen? I should have brought my popcorn.
Never have I ever fucked my boyfriend's best.
What are you doing, Adam? Why are you doing this? It was an accident. It was an accident. I didn't mean
worse when I'm trying. No better than your worst ex. Sometimes I feel like dying. We get caught in semantics and dwell in romances that never meant a thing. Don't count me out, forever came so close. You said these nights are what they'll never be. I felt so exposed, you didn't care at all. And these nights are just a tragedy. I fell in love when I missed her, now I'm dying to kiss her. Why can't I just move on? She walked out like a fashion, like I never happened. Now where did I go wrong? Don't count me out, forever came so close. You said these nights are what they'll never be. I felt so exposed, you didn't care at all. And these nights are just a tragedy.
All right, cool. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. You know, I'm a fan. The video's cool. It's tour footage. It's fun. The beginning is, it got me smiling, I got to say. It was kind of funny. I know it's kind of meant to be funny. I hope it's meant to be funny because it was kind of funny. I mean, it wouldn't be funny if you were in that situation, that's for sure. Yeah. Great job, guys. Great job. Sounds cool. Starts slow, goes fast. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all. You got some screaming in there on the chorus. I know you guys love your screaming, and that's the style that you guys kind of have for some of your songs. That's cool. Hey, I'm not going to argue with you, Danny. Do your thing. Do your thing. Always with the horror vibes, too. Like, you guys are really staying on brand, which I think is good. I think it's a good thing. Just stick with what you're doing. People will find what they like, and I hope it's going well. Well, definitely have you on again. All right, let's move on to the next one. This is Scott Ryan. What's up, Mike? Scott from Loveside RX. Please check out our new single, Rear View. Hometown, Portsmouth, Ohio. Very cool. Portsmouth, Ohio. Rear View by Loveside RX.
Looking back at photographs, never realized what we had. Just living day by day by day. Every second we ever spent, can't say it was innocent. All I know is in time nothing's changed. Here we go all night long, play our favorite songs on and on and on and on. I need to get lost in those memories, to a time when it feels like yesterday. Let's rewind back to things we used to do. So for tonight we're living life in our rear view. Breaking rules, living on the edge.
All right. Cool. Hey, man, it sounds good. It's got this newfound glory style vibe to it, you know, with the halftime chunkiness, melodic. No criticisms, honestly. You guys are you're killing it. If you watch the video, everybody, them in a room playing. The room looks great. There's colors. There's like an American flag back there. Some burst of colors, and there's you know, a little bit of skateboarding and some teenage angst vibes going on. Like, it's just kind of a classic looking punk rock, American punk rock video. Can I say American punk rock video? Yeah, it's good. Good job, you guys. Keep up the good work. They're from Ohio, which is a classic pop punk kind of place to be from. Good job, guys. All right, Scott. I think Scott's the singer. If maybe he's not, but I think he is. Good job. All right. So next up, we got Brandon Allen Lewis. Hey, Mike, Bob, and Mike Herrera podcast. I know it's not the normal stuff that gets submitted here, but here is a lyric video for a slow emo pop anthem called Castles. We released last week on Punkerton Records from a Newcastle, UK band we recently signed called Tired of Fighting. Okay, this is Punkerton Records. You know what? Punkerton, shout out to them. They submit a lot. They do Knives Florida. They do some of the other bands. And I think they're doing some good work. You know, I hope they're doing well. I hope they're making a decent living and their bands are happy and so forth. So the least I could do is jam this for you. This is Tired of Fighting. All right, Punkerton Records presents Tired of Fighting, Castles.
Look at how this ocean opens out. Have you seen the stars out there? If I could talk to God, I'd say I disagree. But boy, you nailed it. And so reluctantly, through gritted teeth, against everything that I believe, I'll sing this out. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Castles they crumble down before us now, before us now. Some things decay, but we might be safe, so we can keep it from disarray.
All right. Yeah, that's different for sure. But you know what? You know, I was thinking about what you said, which was, this is not, I know that it's not the normal stuff that gets submitted here, but here's a lyric video. You know, what is the normal stuff? That's the question, is I play what you, the audience, submit to me. I'm not picking what you submit. So what you submit is what I play. That's the normal stuff. I mean, if I was going to play just DJ and play videos I liked, it wouldn't be just punk rock. It would be all sorts of songs, all sorts of genres, and that would be a whole different podcast, to be honest. I think it'd be fun now and again. I think at the end of the day, people would just be like, that's a radio station. I don't need that. Thank you, but no thank you. So, but yeah, thank you for submitting. About the song. The song is beautiful. It's got a really nice, lush sound, a really like nice soundscape to it, which helps in feeling, it helps in like kind of making you like pay attention to the lyrics and what the singer is saying. And the fact that he's singing it in such a raw voice. I don't mean raw as in bad. I mean like it feels real. It feels like he's singing right in front of you and really thinking about what he's saying. And that to me is so important when I'm listening to an emotional song. I want to believe that what they're saying is real. I don't want to be taken out of the moment. I want to be part of that world. And I feel like the video really helps with that. For those not watching the video, it's oceans crashing, you know, waves and rocks, and you know, just kind of allows you to think about the song and listen to the song and think about the lyrics, because it's a lyric video as well. Sounds like, honestly, I stopped listening to the lyrics and I was just thinking about the song itself. And so I don't know what the song is about still. after listening to half of it. But I like it. I really dig the vibe. Cool stuff. All right. Next up, we have Chris Burseth. He says, "Hi, Mike. I'm submitting my new song, Remember This, for New Music Monday. This is my second single since going solo with Elowel, and I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. My hope is that this song will uplift anyone who might be going through it right now and get them dancing or headbanging, whichever they prefer." So I had to do this one a little different because when I downloaded, honestly, the last couple songs I've downloaded from you, Chris, is only you. No other artists have had any issues with. But when I download your YouTube videos, the audio is gone. There's no audio. So that's why the Christmas song got cut out of the last time. And then I just added the link, but to the show notes. But so that's what happened that time. And this time I checked just to make sure that I haven't listened to the song, but I checked to make sure that the audio worked, knowing that there might be an issue, and sure enough, it didn't work. So if I play your video, no one's gonna hear anything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play it off of the YouTube right now. Here we go. Here's LOL, Remember This, a lyric video. Chris, that was rad. That's a cool song. It's uplifting. It's upbeat. Exactly what you kind of described. I really dig. Really like it. LOL. Glad we got this one on. Appreciate you. Hey, you know, we got two more. We got two more that were submitted. But I really like the songs you guys are submitting today. Thank you. Good stuff. Really good stuff. No demos so far, which is, hey, I don't mind a demo. If it's a good song, bring it on. But next up, we got Christian Moore, and he's from Sacramento. So here we go. I like how he did this. Christian Moore, Music Monday submission. Hey, I'd love if you, let me start this. I'm terrible at reading, apparently. Hey, I'd love if you could keep the video for my band's latest single. Hope to hear your thoughts on the next Music Monday. Band, Light the Way. Location, Sacramento, California. Song, Lazybones. All right, let's get to it. Edit. Let's start over. All right, next up we got Christian Moore, Music Monday submission. Hey, I'd love if you could peep the video for my band's latest single. Hope to hear your thoughts on the next Music Monday. Band, Light the Way. Location, Sacramento, California. Song, Lazybones. All right, let's hear some Lazybones. Light the Way.
'Cause I'm a lazy bones, can't be bothered out of my comfort zone. Holy Spirit, will you light the fire? Consume my heart and soul, don't wanna be a lazy bone.
Wanna
like it. I like it. You sold me on it. I got to say, the video is really fun, really funny. The one part I don't like is when you're showing one of your dudes chewing with his mouth open and there's pretzels in his mouth chewed up. Just for, you don't show it a lot, but a little. It's a little much for me. But aside from that, I think it's a great, fun song. It sounds good. The recording sounds great. You guys kind of have some musical stuff going on. It's nice. Aside from the niceness of the song, it's funny. The Xbox ain't gonna play itself. Like, come on, that's a nice line. That's good. Good job. Lazybones by Light the Way from Sacramento, California. What up, Kings? All right, we got one more, and it's kind of a repeat, not really, but Danny Attack. Now, he's the singer of Knivesfl, Florida. He also does his own solo stuff. So here he is. Danny Attack says, "Hey all, Danny Attack here. I'm a touring singer-songwriter based out of Jacksonville, Florida. I also front a band called Knivesfl, Florida, in which we all play Danny Attack songs, but in pop-punk form." Okay, that makes sense. Below is one of my newer music videos, which is actually a continuous of and in the same world of the Knives video, Home, which Mike Herrera aired on a previous episode. Check the link below and hope you enjoy. Yeah, so I played this. So this is the next video kind of in line to Knivesfl, Florida, Home that I played. Not on this episode. I played Knivesfl, Florida, Home on a previous Music Monday. Very cool. All right, let's get to it. Let's see. Does it start right away or is there an intro? Let's find out. There's an intro. He's walking out of his house. He's got a piece of paper. He's putting it in a door, a note in a door. Danny Attack, Insatiable Lovers. He's putting earphones in his head, in his ears. He's putting on his phone.
We should take a picture, maybe smile for a while, pretend like we were once lovers, they kinda went out of style, fall back into a rhythm, it's just a season of doubt, let's make this not worth it, then try and bury it down, let's sink in the sadness where you know me. Fade back in the moments that we don't need. We're insatiable lovers that we don't really need to be. And I'd favor the madness just to breathe. We should photograph heaven while it's just you and me, holding on to a feeling, if that was ever a thing, a duet set in motion, so let's imagine the sound, a dance ending in horrors, our love story from hell, so let's sink into sadness where you know me.
That's cool. All right, I like how you're moving forward. You know, you started out doing a lot of acoustic stuff, and now you're kind of doing solo stuff, but full band and adding instruments. There was was that a trumpet in the background on the first verse there? Yeah, just keep going, man. Like, just keep writing, keep recording, keep putting out music, keep touring. Don't stop. You're on the right track. You remind me of me, you know. You like, even the way you sing and the way you put together melodies, it reminds me of what I do, you know. A lot of times that kind of 50s, mix that 50s doo-wop sound with punk rock a little bit. I dig it. Danny Attack, Insatiable Lovers. Very cool. Part 2 of Knivesfl, Florida, Home. All right, that's going to do it for today. Thank you all for tuning in. Please subscribe, rate, review, share the podcast with your friends if they might like something like this. Would appreciate that. You don't have to do any of that. Just go to MXPX.com, go listen to MXPX on Spotify or anywhere you listen to MXPX, and listen to this podcast anywhere you want to. If you listen on Spotify, that's all right. It's okay. But I want to know, should I take it off Spotify? Would it matter? How many people here listen on Spotify and would be bummed if I took it off? That's what I want to know. I don't think me taking it off is going to change at all how much money that I make from Spotify or anything like that. But it's more of a principle kind of deal. Like, should I care about this? I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about whether or not I should care about this. So, you tell me. Call in 360-830-6660. Leave me a voicemail. Let me know what you think. You can always go to the Mike Herrera Podcast Facebook group. Write us on there. Give me a comment. Say, hey, I was listening to the last podcast and I listen on Spotify, although maybe I'll listen on Apple Music from now or whatever. I don't know. Listen on whatever you want to, but if it's not there, that changes things, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Those are my final thoughts. I just want to say shout out to Bob McKnight for producing. Shout out to you for listening. And thanks for everything you do. Have a great week. Peace.